In a webinar, should you or should you not tell participants that they're right or wrong? Well, I have been accused in some of my webinars that I'm very soft-hearted, which means to say I don't have the guts to tell people you're wrong or you're right. I have a different thinking about this. You see, it's very hard to know sometimes when people are thinking about an issue you're raising in the webinar. Of course, unless you're asking them a true or false question and it's very specific. But even then, there's so much limited time to really discern from a specific answer if the person is getting the idea or not. So I rather call it, instead of right or wrong, I rather call it getting generally the idea or perfectly getting the idea. So I'll give you a good example. If somebody tells me after I raise a question and they say in the comment that I don't agree, I always come back to them and simply say, maybe you can tell me more about the reason why you don't agree. Is there something that I'm missing perhaps? So educate me. Or if they would say an idea that's a little bit really far off, so I would simply say, could you reflect back again and bounce back the idea to me? Can you repeat it to me so that I can understand it clearly? Or I would simply say, would you consider that? There might be something that you might think differently. So you notice it, I don't say wrong, because two things can happen. Number one, I can be completely wrong in reading what they might be a wrong statement. And then number two, I don't provide the learner sufficient time to think again whether their answer would fall on this generally acceptable answer. On the other end, if the answers are really matching what I call smack to the point I'm trying to stress, I don't say you're right. I don't say that. What I would say would be, excellent insight there. I appreciate the comment. I think you hit the right nail, or I think that you are really within the context of what we're talking about. So you could see that it's somehow soft an approach, not very harsh, but avoiding the right and wrong moves the webinar from highly a lecture and a memorization session into a more thinking process, which we want them to do in many cases.